Yes, Prabhuji.
So he is very clear. The first verse says, what is the verse meaning? You read the verse?
Yes, Prabhuji. I'll read the translation again. By my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential subject matter spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled.
So Arjuna is saying very clearly his illusion is dispelled. So he is not definitely not asking Vishwarupa for himself. He is convinced. That is for us. Chalo, continue.
Yes. Text 2. Bhavapyayo hi bhutanam shutau vistarasho maya tattva kamala patraksha mahatmyam api chavyayam. O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. So in this text, Arjuna is addressing Krishna as lotus-eyed because Srila Prabhupada mentions he is overjoyed to know the position of Krishna, and upon being assured by Lord Krishna that he is the source of all creation, maintenance, destruction, and in spite of being the source of all this, Krishna is still aloof from his creation. He is not part of his own creation.
Yes. Continue, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhuji. I'll continue till text 4, then you can maybe cover the section, Prabhuji. Text 3. Arjuna expresses his desire to see Krishna's universal form. Evam etat yata tattvam atmanam parameshwara drashtum ichchami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. So here Arjuna is desiring to see Krishna's universal form, and Srila Prabhupada mentions different purposes why Arjuna is desiring this in the purport. So first point is for Arjuna to establish Krishna's divinity for everyone, to convince others that Krishna is, although Arjuna personally does not have a desire to see this universal form, he is asking Krishna to show this form just to convince others, so that in future, if anybody falsely claims to be God, then people should be able to ask that person to show the universal form to avoid the imposters. Then Arjuna, as a responsibility, also wants to substantiate Krishna's statement about his supremacy, so that in future people can understand that Krishna not only theoretically or philosophically, but actually revealed or actually presented himself as such, as the supreme person to Arjuna. And Arjuna is fulfilling his responsibility because he is beginning the parampara system, so that everybody following him in the parampara system is also convinced about these details.
Yes. This is generally the list of the reasons we discussed. Arjuna wanted to see the universal form to put a standard. He is a devotee. He wants to more and more hear Krishna's glories. These are, and Krishna has said vibhutis. It's okay. You show vibhutis, and that makes it more practical for people. And Krishna wanted to show Vishwarupa to Arjuna, to show him that actually all the big warriors on the other side are dead. And these are 3-4 reasons we always collect why this Vishwarupa came.
Yes.
Once somebody was telling me that how do you convince people that Krishna is God? Even Krishna had to show Vishwarupa to convince Arjuna. The people, 99% people, that is their perception. That Arjuna was not really convinced, and it's only after Vishwarupa you got convinced Krishna is God, isn't it? But if you read the text of Bhagavad Gita, it's not true. Already he is in ecstasy since the 10.8, 9th, and 12th, Arjuna has shown different behavior.
And one mistake, one Mataji had just pointed on the slides. Mistakenly, I have put 10.3, it should be 11.3. So I
Okay.
just corrected during the break.
Yeah.
So next text number 4. Manyase yadi tachakyam maya drashtum iti prabho yogeshwara tato me tvam darshayatmanam avyayam. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. So here Arjuna is stressing how only that by Lord Krishna's own revelation can he show his form. His form can be revealed to anyone, and nobody can.
Hare Krishna, Pran Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Can you go to the presentation mode?
Okay, Mataji. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I think that left-hand corner top, we have to remove the text 10.4. It's 11th chapter, no, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. I'll correct it shortly during the break.
Said he'll correct it later.
So qualifications to see God, one cannot see God just based on one's own qualifications, but only when Krishna reveals himself can we see him. And here again, important point Srila Prabhupada states is Arjuna is putting his plea in front of Krishna. He is not ordering Krishna. And also it is not possible to see or perceive the Lord by our material senses or mental speculation. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is quoting the translation of the famous verse from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Atah Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grayam indriyai sevan mukhehi jivado swayam eva spurati adaha. No one can understand Krishna as he is by the blunt material senses. But he reveals himself to the devotees, being pleased with them for their transcendental loving service unto him. So because the living entity is an infinitesimal spiritual spark, we cannot know Krishna on our own unless infinite reveals himself to the finite. Lord is addressed as Yogeshwar to point out his inconceivable potencies by which the infinite can reveal to the finite. Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself until one fully surrenders in Krishna consciousness and engages in transcendental loving service of the Lord. So combinedly, these 4 texts 1 to 4 form Arjuna's plea put in front of Lord Krishna to reveal his universal form. Yes, Prabhuji.
Because this is a famous verse, Atah Shri Krishna Namadi, very, very famous verse we use for preaching so continuously. Na bhavayed grayam indriyai. Okay. Sevon mukhe jivado. The Krishna cannot be seen. I think anything about knowing Krishna means begins with the name. Name, form, paraphernalia, pastime. Nam adi. Na bhavayed grayam indriyai cannot be perceived by gross senses. Grayam. Sevon mukha. Just when is develop a service attitude. So actually spiritual advancement means to develop service attitude. Hana? Sevon mukha. Jiva, dhau. From where the service attitude begins? Begins from the tongue. Ado means beginning. So from the tongue, by chanting the name of the Lord, the shows our service attitude. Swayam eva spurati yada. When the Lord sees that, he manifests. Very beautiful verse. Very beautiful verse. It has within it also much meaning. So Krishna reveals himself. Therefore, Arjuna knows, and he is teaching us that you cannot force Krishna to appear. Please, Krishna, bring your flute and dance in front of me. He is not your servant. Right? We have to be in a proper service attitude. And that is the reason we are not seeing Krishna. Sometimes we feel so proud of ourselves. But the fact is, we are not seeing Krishna. Correct? There's like a famous joke in Pakistan. Imran Khan is waiting. The American president is not giving him a call. Every day he says, please call me. He doesn't call him. So similarly, he feels, how does he feel? He feels insulted. He feels humiliated. Correct? Then embassy is meeting that our president is waiting for, our prime minister is waiting for your call. He doesn't call. That shows neglect. That shows you are useless. So similarly, Krishna is not coming in front of us. True. We are all very proud. I'm so special. You are very special. You are so special that Krishna doesn't want to see you. He doesn't want to call you. So that is how great we are. So that makes us definitely humble. And what is the missing factor? Why the Supreme Lord, who's so loving, doesn't want to see us, talk to us, is because we are not ready now. Why? We don't have Sevon Mukha. So this itself, every day we sleep. Did I 24 hours? Did I see Krishna? No. What is the reason? I don't have Sevon Mukha. I do not have a service attitude. So that makes us introspect and see that I have a long way to go. Okay? And if you are actually introspective, you'll find millions of ways I am actually an enjoyer and not a servant. I'm still trying to be an enjoyer. I do not have proper service attitude. Correct? We can always see if you are introspective. Then we hope against hope to overcome that situation and say Krishna. Yes, continue, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, there is one question on the chat by Murali Prabhu, who is asking, can we also think that Arjuna was Jigyasu in transcendental state? That's why he's asking Krishna to show the universal form.
No, he has already said in the first verse, no, I have no doubts. Now, why we are doubting when he says, I have no doubt, as if he's saying, but he doesn't believe it. See, if Arjuna is a kapata, then Krishna is not going to talk to him. Just like us, we are rejected. He's not a rejected. Krishna is personally standing. So when he says in the verse 1, I have no doubt, and then it means he has no doubt. It's clear. Vishwarupa is not for Arjuna because we know he got disturbed. So Vishwarupa was for people like us, the people, those who are advanced devotees. They, like Mother Yashoda, they are not interested to see Vishwarupa. It is for people like us who are actually atheists at the core of the heart. But when we see the giant, beautiful form of the Lord, great form of the Lord, we start bowing down. So we are materialistic devotees. We only see matter. So we want to see the great display of matter, then we bow down. But Arjuna, we know his original position. He is a Nitya Siddha. He is the eternal associate of the Lord. So for him, he knows the Lord. But whatever little Yogamaya Krishna had put on his head had been shaken off after the Chatushloki. So he is in full ecstasy now. So as for my analysis, we may say something, but we have to give an evidence of that. No, I had 10.1 clear evidence he has given that I have no doubts remaining. Okay. As far as I feel, there is no evidence of that in the shlokas that I want to see. I'm curious to see. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. So
Okay.
Prabhuji, we have group activity.
Already group activity. Should a person exhibiting magical feats, miracle accepted as God? What is the flaw of accepting such a person as God? Describe the property to understand Krishna's form. Support your argument based on point mentioned Srila Prabhupada purport from the text 11.1. Per way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we have to do how many people?
58, so around 60. Prabhuji.
So generally 10 groups is enough.
Yes, yes. Prabhuji.
Pranchetan Prabhu,
Yes, Murli.
Murli here. One question at a time, Prabhu. Two questions will become.
Oh, okay. Actually,
No.
this is one question only. Okay, okay, Prabhuji. Maybe we can take the first one.
Yes, because otherwise people will be lost in the discussions.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, 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 Prabhuji. Fine. Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Let me just. Namishta Prabhuji, we can start with the groups.
All of you are being pushed. Please accept. Please accept to be pushed to different rooms.
Hare Krishna.
Pransh Prabhu, time is over. Up for the
Yes.
discussion.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I close all the groups and
Yes.
people will be there in 30 seconds. Hare Krishna, Aishwarya Mataji.
Krishna Prabhuji Dandapam.
How is the Bhagavatam classes going on?
By your mercy. Good Prabhu. Well, tomorrow you can come, Prabhu. It's Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's appearance day. We like to hear from you.
I'll send you the presentation. I have a nice presentation.
We like to hear from you, Prabhu. Please come.
I have 2-3 days time. I'm actually stuck with something. Day, night, I both. Okay?
Yes.
And
Okay.
because of you, I'm free.
Okay.
I'll send you the presentation. Take care.
Yes.
Okay, done. Everybody is back. So good. Murli Kari's idea that one question, other question we can discuss. Hai na?
Yes.
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Intelligent people. Chalo, Prabhuji, start the discussion.
You want to follow maybe one volunteer from each group? Prabhuji?
You do.
Okay, Prabhuji. So from group number 1,
It's called
anyone
requesting a volunteer, and then after that, after taking input from everybody, we should conclude. Yeah.
Yes, please. So one devotee volunteer from group 1 can please present your point of view. Why should we not consider a person showing magical tricks, feats as God? What is the flaw in that? So anyone from room 1, Namita Mataji, Anita Goel Mataji, Raju Prabhu, Santosh Prabhu, and Shubham Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, Rajiv Prabhuji, I don't know exactly the name of Prabhuji. Prabhuji has quoted that one who means who do the miracles and all. Maybe he is a representative of the God. To him, we quote as a guru, not a God. He told, and then Anita Mataji has given. That just this is a judgmental criteria, and me this is the variety of a religious illusion, Prabhuji. So this much. Anyone again? I forgot who has given Prabhuji. Anyone from our group?
That's fine.
Prabhuji,
One
one more
devotee
Prabhuji
can.
is there.
Yes, Mataji. One devotee can present so that we are able to cover all.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank
One
you.
more point is there, Prabhuji. So
Yeah.
I am unable to get that one right now. So
Okay, Mataji. No.
thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So room 2, Bhagavi
You
Mataji.
Ramesh Prabhu will present. Hare Krishna. Group 2,
Yes,
Ramesh Prabhu will present.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Like
Krishna.
in our room, we thought of that this is more for sense gratification and it's to get attention. So for name and fame, these things to be magical feats happen. And so this is nothing to do at the spiritual level. So whatever these sense gratifications are at the material platform itself. And these are mostly for the crowd pullers, say where people want some easy access. So that's the thing which people tend to go or get attracted towards. And this is mostly around the impersonalists and Mayavadis and not for the pure devotees. So that's what we thought of.
Thank you, Ramesh Prabhu. So basically the question is, what is the flaw? Like how we can defeat if anybody is trying to impose himself falsely. So thank you, Prabhuji. Room 3, Ankit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So our understanding was that if someone is performing some magic tricks, so can we call him God? So we discussed that we cannot call him God because if we are seeing some magic tricks, so it is under our senses. So we can see them, but whatever God is showing, Krishna is showing, that we cannot see by our physical eyes. So for that we need divine eyes. And secondly, Krishna showed Vishwaroop. And third, he is Yogeshwar and master of all mystic powers. And someone may be Yogi, Siddha, or he can show some tricks, some Siddhis, but he cannot be Yogeshwar. And another thing is Krishna is full of 6 opulences, and any magician cannot be. And another point is that Krishna is Mukunda, he can liberate, and the magician cannot. So these are some points. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And Prakash Prabhu, I'll come to you when your group turn comes. Room number 4, any one devotee from room number 4 can please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I
Hare
represent the deliberations in room number 4. No, there is absolutely no duality, no doubt that God is one. But then miracles are, there's one thing where, we feel something is created, would be materially or spiritually or whatever, in any other sense, not material. That may sometimes lead people to think that the person with that prowess is equal to God, but one can't be God. Maybe I was just mentioning, that sometimes, well-wishers, you have a distress and then that gets solved by someone's vibrational saying words, and you feel that at that point of time has been a source of divine message to you, but they're only messengers of God. Now, the person who can exhibit all the 6 opulences, only he can be God. Vishwarupa is also there. And then it's great. His miracles are in the form of, inconceivable feats, like lifting the Govardhana hill or killing of the demons when he was a small child. All these are actually absolutely, you can't even imagine those things being done by an ordinary person. But then others who do, the material benefit should never be counted, because that shows that we are in the material existence. And in spirituality, there's no place for material, revelations. So there's absolutely no doubt that miracles, the one creating miracles becomes a God. He cannot become a God. Only God is one. That's no second. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Group number 5. Any devotee volunteer from group number 5? Dharanishwari Mataji, Guru Nishta Mataji, Janaki Mataji, Manisha Mataji, Rameshwar Prabhu.
Yeah. Guru Nishta Mataji, you want to represent us? Guru Nishta Mataji? Okay, I'll just summarize what my group said.
Yes.
Okay. So what she said is, that we are already in a world. I think the prime thing that came out from our group is we are already in a world of illusion, and we can't have, we shouldn't allow, or we shouldn't give ourselves room for more illusions to happen. There's only one God that happened, by way of Krishna, and he's the only one, and he was the only one who can probably have shown all the illusions and all the opulences. There's no one else that can ever replicate, and anything else that happens is just sheer magic by Muratmas, and therefore there can't be another Krishna that can be amongst us. And what can exist for us is the devotion by which we can reach the inner core in us, which is the Paramatma within us. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. And Prabhuji, is it okay if we give other 5 groups a chance in second group activity? Otherwise, we might. Prabhuji, you're on mute.
You're muted.
Now what is needed is concluding. Okay, you understand?
Yes.
See, suppose I say, Bhagavad Gita has said, Yada yada hi dharmasya. And I saw, or any one of you can feel, Sujata Subhash Mataji can feel there is too much adharma coming. And I am Krishna, I have come. And say, how do I believe? And you show some small magics. So where all the wrong? That's what is mainly these people, what do they speak? See, what do this so-called God speak? They say, it's too much adharma happening. I came. I came urgently. Because it was mentioned, I'll come at the end of Kali Yuga, because I came now, too much adharma. So I've come now, and I can prove myself by some magics. I can maybe make the glass float or something. I do small magics. Where do you disprove that?
Not that it should be part of the scriptures, right? The scriptures say that everything is
There was
there.
too much adharma. I came early. You
That's
guys
okay.
messed up badly. I
He
came early.
cannot show universal form.
6 opulences, Prabhuji. 6 opulences he has to show.
Oh, no.
We can ask him to hold this Govardhan hill, or we can ask him to show his mouth of all the full universal form in his mouth.
Show us the
Okay,
universal.
okay,
What
one more
Prabhuji
thing.
told.
Wow,
That is the
last
test.
time, I do not know whether I mentioned this or not. Tell me this. We accept Lord Chaitanya as God. Did he show Vishwarupa?
No.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Whom he showed?
Advaitacharya.
Yes,
Advaitacharya, Prabhuji.
yes, he showed to Advaitacharya. Yeah, he has to fulfill the criteria. How much we are speaking, and then it's the Lord Chaitanya is God. Just accept it. Then we will what is it, contradictory in our presentation. I think I showed in level 3 class. Just go and you type Lord Chaitanya and you type Advaita. You should get Lord Chaitanya. A very beautiful form is showed to him. Advaita Acharya is anyway, you know, his Sadashiva. Images you should find. Anybody found? Can you see this? Can you see this now? Who is this personality? Advaita Acharya, correct. And in Mahabharata also he has shown to one Arjuna and then one is Sanjaya. So it's not that everybody has to show. Did he show to anybody? Yes, he did show. He did show to Advaita Acharya. Okay, good. Or everybody is happy? The likely visit of Atul Krishna Prabhu is April 2nd. So keep in your mind, only 20 people. Okay, you can apply. I'll confirm 20 people later. He already wrote to me and I have given confirmation. We're very happy Pran Chaitanya Prabhu comes to India.
It will be for 7 days, Prabhuji.
Yeah, see, you come to Vrindavan Yatra, then after that come to Mangalore and join this Yatra. 15 days leave. Okay, keep a note.
Yes.
Prabhuji, for how many days is he going to be here?
5-6 days. Okay, chalo, next.
Yes.
Nice. I hope everybody is enjoying this way of format.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Better than what we were doing. This we have to again give credit to Atul Krishna Prabhu only. This is just imagine. This is just and imagine he will sharpen the skill of doing presentation like this. And Bhakti Shastri course has to be done like that according to him. So that because we are dealing with devotees, no? We are not dealing with new people to give them class. So the discussion, these all could be done easily and it reinforces very strongly. Okay, continue.
Yes. So next set of 4 verses. So firstly, we saw Arjuna's request for Krishna to reveal his universal form for various reasons. So next 4 verses, text number 5 to text number 8 describes Krishna is describing the universal form, his universal form, and he also grants vision to Arjuna to see this universal form. So I'll read the 4 texts first, and then do we need to read each of the 4 texts?
So essence you have told, first Krishna gives a trailer, and then he shows. First he says, Arjuna, I'm going to see this, you're going to see that, and you're not shown. Then he gives Divya Dishya to Arjuna, then Arjuna sees. So this sequence should be clear. Yeah.
Yes, right. Text 5. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Pashame Partha Rupani Shatashotha Sahasrashaha Nana Vidani Divyani Nana Varna Kritinicha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjun, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of very divine and multicolored forms. Text 6. Pashadityan vasun rudran ashvino marutastata bahuni adrushta purvani pashacharyani bharata. O best of the Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasuls, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard before. Text 7. Ihaikastham jagat kritsnam pashadyat sacharacharam mama dehe gudapesha yachanyid Yaschanyat drashtum ichhasi. O Arjun, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place. And last verse of this section. Natu mam sakshaye drashtum ane naiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshu pashyame yogam aishwaram. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you the divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. So Krishna in this set of verses is describing the universal form, starting with Srila Prabhupada explaining in the purport how this universal form is a manifestation only in this material world. It is a temporary existence. It doesn't exist like Krishna's other forms in the spiritual world, which are eternally existing. So universal form is material. Then universal form is not possible to be seen by an ordinary man, because Krishna, unless and until Krishna gives the divine vision, nobody can see this form. And wonderful forms with different manifestations of Adityas, Vasuls, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all other devatas, which can be seen in the universal form by Arjun. No one has ever seen or heard this before. Even Arjun, a personal friend and most advanced learned man, did not know all about Krishna as described in the verse 11:6. Arjun could see the entire universe, all the moving, non-moving things. He could see the past, present, and future, whatever he desired to see, sitting in one place. And Srila Prabhupada explains, no advanced scientist can ever achieve this feat of seeing anything that is happening around the universe sitting at one place, and past, present, and future also. Arjun could see past, present, future, all that he wanted to see. Arjun will be shown the future destiny of all the relatives and warriors, and thus will be motivated to just become an instrument in Krishna's hands. One needs divine vision to see Krishna's universal form. No one can see with the present set of eyes. Pure devotees do not like to see Krishna in any form other than the two-handed form, Shamasundar form. Therefore, Arjuna is told not to change the mind, but change his eyes to see Krishna's universal form by Krishna's grace. Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you're on mute.
Yeah, people are very popular, what they say, 70. I don't know how many of Singapore it is there, 70, 7-dimensional show. So they, along with, they create even some more things, but they even in the movie, if they are showing rain, actually they start raining inside. You feel that. So they add to the dimension, what you're seeing on the screen, they try to make it as more and more real. But Vishwarupa is actually very real, because there was even smell. And Arjuna could smell the flowers on the body. One more dimension, which we have not done till today. And past, present, and future. Now, I cannot see X, Y, Z, past, present, future in any screen. Can I just think about Krishna is saying, Arjuna, you can see what you want to see. Now, true, you may keep changing channels, but there is a limit to it. We are searching for something. But hey, just by wishing, what do you want to see? Arjuna can see. He wants to take the darshan of Lord Shiva. He wants to see Ganesha. You can see everything, anything he wants to see, and past, present, and future. Isn't that amazing? So can you create a TV like that? past, present, future. So it can, so today, like in Delhi, there Subhash and Bose, they made a hologram. So it's also three-dimensional, but it cannot match this. Okay? And it shows all the powers of the universe in one place. Yes, somebody wants to add. What is the special feature of this Vishwarupa, which we cannot conceive? Nobody has able to show like hologram or anything. The amount of light in that Vishwarupa will be like millions of sun rising together, which we do not see. Correct? Any cinema like that, when you go, your eyes burn, it's like millions of sun rising together. Hannah? Expanding continuously. Yeah, that is also there. Yes, Negiji, expanding. Anything else? Chalo. Yes, Prabhuji, continue.
Now, in the last verse of this particular section 10.8 that we saw, Srila Prabhupada also describes in the purport how the devotees of the Lord who are connected with Krishna in transcendental relationships, they are not attracted by these features of the Lord of worldly opulences. Srila Prabhupada uses the word godless display of opulences, but they are attracted by Lord Krishna's attractive, loving features of the Lord. So like playmates and parents of Krishna in Vrindavan, they did not even know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead because they are so immersed in pure love of Krishna. So such devotees don't bother about this opulent display of Krishna's. Srila Prabhupada quotes in the purport the verse from 10th canto, 12th chapter, 11th verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam paradaivatena maya shitanam naradarakena sakam vijahtu kritapunya punja. Translation. Here is the Supreme Person who is considered the impersonal Brahman by great sages, the Supreme Personality of Godhead by devotees, and a product of material nature by ordinary men. Now these boys, namely the coward boys, now these boys who have performed many pious activities in their past lives are playing with that Supreme Personality of Godhead. So such intimate devotees of the Lord, they don't bother about Krishna's display of the opulences. Yes, Prabhuji.
So now there is a group activity?
Yes, Prabhuji. So let me just copy.
So anyway, so the attraction to the qualities of Krishna is more prominent in advanced devotees. And like Mother Yashoda, she is not interested to see Krishna's power. It disturbs our Vasalya Bhava. But for us who are not devotees, we are just coming. It's very important to first see the display of Krishna's power in matter. Then be able to see Krishna's spiritual form. In fact, there are a team of devotees called Bhakti Vedanta Institute. So they say first understand matter, then you will understand Krishna. But then there's so much Sankhya they do, we get frustrated. We feel not interested. Chalo, Prabhuji, continue.
So maybe Prabhuji, you can form groups. I have already pasted the chat.
Ready? Group activity. How does universal form differ from other forms of the Lord? Okay. Everybody, please agree to be pushed to various groups.
Prabhu, I'm not getting option to go to the breakout room. Last time I got.
Don't
Group
worry.
8.
I'll throw you. Which group you were in?
8.
Hare Krishna Pramodji, you just raise your hand first, so that he will call you first.
Prabhuji, I close the rooms. Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
The discussion is going on, heavy discussion.
Prabhuji, we are done with our discussion.
Very nice chapter, actually.
Now it is pleasurable. Everybody is
Very, very
enjoying.
pleasurable, really.
Yes, Prabhu, very much.
Simple and doesn't load us. So because we are dealing already with devotees who are most of you are teachers, this is much better, no? Discussion and then theory, to no problem. We give you exam, you will take care of it. Mannath, Hare Krishna, Mannath.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
I'm seeing you after a long time. How is everything? How many people are coming to your mother's class now?
It's around 270 are coming.
Good, good. Hindi people are very like evaporate like water now. Okay, very nice. Mannath, tell me one thing.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
See, we are having some problem because we have very little time remaining for new batch. My new batch has to discuss with their mother and message to me. Should we have new batch or not? Because we are going to Vrindavan after that. There is hardly any time. Okay?
Yeah, Prabhuji, you also called once. I couldn't pick it up.
Okay, no, that's okay. Okay. Talk to your mother. If you are not able to do that, I wish that all of you continue teaching something till the new batch, because we should not see, they will definitely go to level 2, correct? But you have some relationship, support that. On the day, say we have Hindi class on Saturday, Sunday only now. All higher levels are on Saturday, Sunday. Hai? So other days, like last time I saw you doing some Krishna book, something, can't keep them engaged, because if you give a break of the batch, they will run away here and there. Hai? Hold them, don't allow them to go. Take a discuss with your mother. Prabhuji had some request. Can we do, all the teachers can do something like this and hold, because for me, I'm getting only 1 week for publicity. Impossible for me to get anything in 1 week. Hai? Very difficult. Shobha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranams.
You also just think about this. Give me feedback. Okay. Okay. Chalo, all the groups start. Everybody has come.
Maybe we start with the last group who didn't get chance to summarize last time.
Very good. Very good.
So we start with group number 10. Anybody wants to volunteer from this group? Debadatta Prabhu, Manas Raut Prabhu, Sundar Gaur Prabhu, Sureka Mataji and Senthil Prabhu. Any volunteer from this group? Group number 10. All right, so maybe you can...
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Sundar Gaur Prabhu. Please go.
Sorry, Prabhu. Actually, I was with my daughter, so we are not able to talk. Okay, Prabhu. So actually, we had a good discussion, Prabhu. So the universal form, Prabhu, like it's mostly for the devotee, or it's like the Krishna showed the universal form, the thousands and thousands of hands, heads, right? In order to draw the attention for those who don't have actually the attraction for the original form of the Lord, right? So in order to show them about the Lord, and for the devotee who don't have attraction for the Lord, so for them it was the universal form is shown. It is not the original form, so universal form is not the original form of the God. Okay, so and it doesn't attract.
The question is pinpointed. How does it differ from the other forms of the Lord? Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
sorry. Yeah.
Pointed question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. One point can be added that the universal form is the temporary form. Actually, that it is the only temporary form. But the 200 form, the original form of the Krishna is the permanent form.
Keep collecting. Prabhuji, which group now?
Yes, group number 9. So let me just mention the names. Nagaraj Prabhu, Lalita Mataji, Murli Kari Prabhu, Sujata Mataji, and Vilas Vispute Prabhu. Anyone devotee?
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sujata Mataji.
What we discussed was that we need to have divine eyes to see the Virat form, because Arjuna had the divine eyes and Sanjay had divine eyes, whereas for other thing, the devotees only need to have devotion to see the other form. That was one thing. Another thing is, here in this form, Krishna showed the past, present, and the future and note of this, but it is not that in the other form, because their devotion is only they want to see one thing, and they are very satisfied. Devotees are satisfied in seeing the two-handed form, whereas the Virat form is quite fearful. People were scared. That was the difference.
So which form you want to see, Virata form or 200 form?
Two-handed form, Prabhuji, but Virat form is there because we are still in this world, so we need to see that first.
So both of them.
Yeah. Otherwise, how do we go step by step?
Okay.
Thank you, Sujata Mataji. Group 8, Aishwarya Subhadra Mataji, Rajashri Mataji, Mamta Mataji, Santosh Prabhu.
Shobha will present.
Yes, Mataji, Shobha, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, we discussed universal form is temporary, and also actually here Lord shows two forms. One is Vishwarupa and another one is Kalarupa. From verse 10 to 19 is Vishwarupa, and when Arjuna saw the Vishwarupa, he was very happy. He felt it's very marvelous, and he felt it's happy, and it was so nice. Adbhuta rasa. After seeing Kala Rupa, he was frightened, and he said, Devatas are also they are also afraid of this, and also I am also afraid of seeing this. So he saw a future in Kala Rupa. So everyone is entering the mouth of the Lord like that. So here Vishwarupa is means for devotees, it's always means they love to see Krishna in 200 form, because in that form only we can establish relationship with the Lord. The 5 rasas, as Aishwarya Mataji also mentioned, that 5 rasas can be established with Krishna only, Sakya, Madhurya, and Vatsalya, all these rasas. Krishna's, he descended to this world to show love and affection to the devotees, to reciprocate to the seva bhav to the devotees. The main this one is, so the devotees, they would like to see Lord's 200 form. Vishwarupa is just, it's a means for non-devotees, just to see the Lord's greatness, they just want that form. Yes, we discussed this, and also yes, that's it. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Prabhuji, just one query. Also, Prabhuji, in the recent readings in 3rd chapter of 1st canto, where all the forms of the Lord are mentioned, for Vishwarupa, Srila Prabhupada mentions this form is imaginary. It's not even real. It has been mentioned just to give an idea about form of the Lord to the materialist. So how do we understand this, Prabhuji? I got Ankit Prabhu to share the link also here.
No, see, the point is that there is no Vishwarupa just standing in the sky, correct? It was temporarily manifested, the power display of the Lord. There is discussion of Vishwarupa, practically everybody does it, in Bhagavatam, Maitreya starts, Shukdev Goswami starts, whoever starts speaking, first they speak about Vishwarupa. You can notice that even in Bhagavatam, you noticed? First, they speak about Vishwarupa when they speak about the Lord, because they want to establish the Lord's power. They say the hairs on the head are like the trees. In that respect, there is nothing like a form standing and hairs are there on the head. It's not like that. In that respect, it's an imaginary form because it's a conceptualization. But at the same time, Arjuna did see something. It's not that he was under some hallucination. Krishna did show Vishwarupa form to Arjuna, correct? Even though we can say, what do you say, Subhuddhi Prabhu? Is Vishwarupa an imaginary form?
No, it's temporary, but bona fide temporary vision.
Bona fide temporary vision. Dekho bhai, hamara expert comments have come.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There are sometimes, Subhuddhi Prabhu, he is saying, so you are sharing some quotation that Prabhupada says, Bhagavatam, that's an imaginary. So why does it say imaginary? In the sense that when you say there are trees are like the hairs and all these things.
It's not always present. And it's not there in spiritual world.
It's not there in the spiritual
It's
world.
in material world only.
Okay, it's in the material world. It's a temporary display of the Lord's power.
Very.
And, yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. So we'll just cover some of the remaining groups. Group 7, Devika Mataji, Mangalam Mataji, Pramod Prabhu.
There was something that Shova Mataji has said, Kala Rupa is another form. No, there is only one form there, but focus on one part where he is eating everybody. Hana? Is it that say?
Vishwarupa, Kala Rupa, Chaturpuja. Then
Oh, Kala Rupa also, we can say one form.
another.
We can say?
Yeah, it's a
But-
part of it.
Part of Vishwarupa.
Yeah,
Part of the Vishwarupa.
Part of it, because chapter name will change then, huh?
Vishwarupa is like it expands. It's not like it's dynamic. When
Okay.
you look at one part, that part will expand. It
Okay.
understands our my intention of viewing.
समझ रहे हैं भाई सुनो दोनों ध्यान से सुनो हाँ
The Vishwarupa will expand when if you read the shlokas. Whenever Arjuna looks at one part, it will expand more so that he will get better vision. So that will not happen in TV. But you can imagine in your mobile, you can zoom the expand the image and see the more details. That's available in Vishwarupa.
So Kala Rupa is part of Vishwarupa.
Yeah, it's an expanded form. In one part, he asks.
Where he is destroying.
Yeah, he's asking, who are you? Arjuna is asking Krishna, who are you and what is your purpose? So these two questions he answers as a Kala Rupa. That means I have come here to destroy everyone. Kalosmi, Lokakshayakrat. So that is Kala Rupa. That answer is given is the Kala Rupa.
Part of, so Kala Rupa is part of Vishwarupa.
Vishwarupa, yes.
हाँ, अरे मर गए थे मैं तो confused हो गया था. हाँ, then after that
After
Chaturbuja
that,
Rupa.
Yeah, Chaturbuja Rupa.
After
Then
that?
Dvibhuja Rupa.
So मजा आ गया.
Dvibhuja is the highest, and Chaturbuja is after that, because from Krishna Vishnu expands. Vishwarupa is like for Arjuna, it is a degraded vision. It's a divine vision, of course, but for Arjuna, he already has Prema Chakshu, and what we have is Charma Chakshu.
Charma Chakshu
means skin. It's made of skin, charma. And what Arjuna got is the Divya Chakshu. Divya Chakshu comes between Charma Chakshu and Prema Chakshu. Arjuna already having the higher version of the vision. He has degraded his vision. Just like Yashoda Mata, she has Prema Chakshu. She cannot see the universal form of Krishna. When she saw Krishna's mouth, she stopped it. Means she did not understand or she did not give any importance for that. So they are already in the higher state. For our understanding, to give mercy to us, Arjuna has come down one step so that Krishna can display this, so that everyone can understand the supremacy of the Lord.
Happy everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Charma Chakshu, Divya Chakshu,
Prema
and
Chakshu.
Prema Chakshu. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. I hope, say, Prabhu, what about in Bhagavatam, there is our 8th skanta is explaining that Bhagavan is showing some rupa. No, is it Vishwarupa or Bhagavan's normal?
Which chapter?
It's in sixth chapter. It's in sixth chapter. I mean.
No.
Yeah.
Bhagavatam, every time any Acharya starts speaking, first they speak about Vishwarupa. Correct? Even at the first canto, when he's talking incarnation, first Vishwarupa. When Maitra Muni talks to Vidura, first Vishwarupa, because they first establish Krishna's position and then they talk about Krishna's. First they give you Divya Chakshu, then they give you Prema Chakshu.
Beginning, everyone gets attracted.
For Devatas, they are Bhagavan is showing it's that Vishwarupa. It's not the normal. There are some slogas. some 4-5 slokas is explaining that Devadas is praising Lord Krishna, no? So
Yeah,
is that
Vishwarupa they are praising?
Yeah, that is the Vishwarupa. Okay, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhu, which you said Arjuna degraded his eyes. I wanted to know that about that, Prabhuji.
Arjuna got the divine vision, that is Divya Chakshu, but already he had a better version, that is Prema Chakshu he was already having, because Duryodhana also saw Krishna, Arjuna also saw Krishna. But Krishna was visible to Arjuna as a supreme personality of Godhead. For Duryodhana, he is a magician. Because this Vishwarupa, a part of it, Duryodhana also had one vision. But he did not become a devotee. If you see in the same purport Prabhupada has given how different people look at Krishna in different way. So even though in Dwapara Yuga Krishna was present, he was everywhere, only few people understood Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead.
Yes.
Even though it is said, if some people ask, can you show me God, I will believe it. It is not so. Even if I bring you Krishna in front of you, you will not believe it. You will think something else unless you have that Prema Chakshu with you, or you have that blessings from the devotee. Because devotion comes only with the grace of another devotee. We cannot do it logically or by our own effort.
So Prema Chakshu is greater than Divya Chakshu.
Yes, Mataji. Prema Chakshu means we can understand the pastimes of Krishna. Those who are gopis in Vrindavan, they have Prema Chakshu. They, even if they show the opulence of Krishna, they are not interested. When Krishna displayed himself as Chaturbhuja, gopis were not interested.
Yeah.
They are on the higher level.
So that is the highest. Prema Chakshu is the highest of all.
Yes, Mataji. Brahma Samhita says, no? Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. Yam Shyama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamarpaya.
Prabhuji, other demigods also saw this
Yes.
Vishwarupa, because they're in 11.21 they said that they are praying for Krishna to.
Yes.
So how they saw with what they also got
Anybody spiritually awakened could see.
That two-handed form of Krishna is not visible to all, but four-handed form is visible to some people. And this Vishwarupa was visible when he showed Devatas also. Devatas, Rishis, all those people, it was visible.
Understood? Good. Hare Krishna. Chalo, aage chalo.
Prabhuji, from the room 7, I will be discussing regarding what we have taken the discussion. In my group, Devika Mataji was there, Mangalam Mataji was there, Rupa Mataji was there. So we are of the opinion that the universal form is not at all attractive for pure devotees who are in love with the Lord in different transcendental relationships. So the Dvibhija Roop, the Chaturbhuja Roop, people we can talk about the Leela, Gun avatars of this particular form, but we can't do it for Vishwarup because it creates kind of bewilderment. It creates we get frightened from this particular form. So 2-armed or 4-armed Chaturbhuja Roop is blissful, attractive, and it satisfies us. Like Prabhu just said that yes, Prema Chakshu is much on a higher level than the skin Chakshu. So universal form is something which is not like, but yes, since Arjun wanted to establish Krishna to every non-devotee or who has questions, or who can raise questions for Krishna, that's why he has done it. But something which is very accepted or attractive is Dvibhija Roop of Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Anything else? Pran Chaitanya Prabhu, Fatafat, you have
yes,
some lesson plan.
We have one more last section to cover, Prabhuji.
Chalo,
So
Fatafat.
if devotees are not tired, maybe we can just cover that. Otherwise, we won't be able to finish.
How much time is it that according to your lesson plan for that section?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Devi
So one.
Namita,
Hare Krishna,
yes.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji. Sorry, Prabhuji, for the interruption. Just I want to add something, Prabhuji, here. So we saw the Srimati Radharani, that Krishna with the flute. So that is important. No, Prabhuji, all devotees should only focus on Krishna's that form.
Ultimately.
So,
Ultimately, but not that we don't read the 11th chapter. In very interesting thing, Prabhupada did not give a single class on 11th chapter. Interesting. But not there. I searched it, not there. But it doesn't mean that, because for public, Vishrupa, I tell you, when the day my Vishnu, the most important chapter, they all say that. And I'm just smiling. For me, 12th chapter is the most important, pure devotion. So for him, it's not very important. But for us, it is for a conditioned soul like us. There is need to have not that it's everything, but it need to be focused to understand how great Krishna is. Okay, Prabhuji, Pranchaitanya Prabhu, finish it now. I think people are having fun. Finish it up because I will not delay from. It's already 11:40. 20 minutes. So what is the time schedule? Lesson plan? Your time for that?
We can complete in 20 minutes, Prabhuji. Just
Chalo,
we have
start.
to skip the break. Yeah.
Yeah. Chalo.
Okay. So let me just open it. Yeah, so last section for discussion today, Sanjaya's description of Arjuna's vision of universal form. Oops. So Sanjaya was empowered by the mercy of his spiritual master Vyasadeva to see this universal form on the battlefield. Actually, he was seeing whatever Arjuna was able to see. So Srila Prabhupada writes in this regard in 10.12 purport, what Arjuna saw was indescribable. Yet Sanjay is trying to give a mental picture of that great revelation to Dhritarashtra. Neither Sanjaya nor Dhritarashtra were present, but Sanjay, by the grace of Vyasa, could see whatever happened. And thus he now compares the situation as far as it can be understood to an imaginable phenomenon. So all the analogies that you will see next few verses, 4 to 5 verses, that is Sanjaya's description just for Dhritarashtra to understand. And Srila Prabhupada explains that actual what Arjuna was seeing was much more than that. It was simply unlimited. But Sanjaya was making it understandable just for the Dhritarashtra's sake. So we start with the verses, text number 9 onwards. And as Prabhuji also mentioned, like if we see Srila Prabhupada's purport to these verses, they are all 2 line, 3 line, 4 line. But chapter before and chapter after, these are long purports. We start with text number 9. Sanjaya Uvacha Evam Uktva Tato Rajan Mahayogeshwaro Hari Darshayam Asa Parthaya Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. Sanjay said, O king, having spoken thus, the Supreme Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. Text 10 and 11. Aneka Vaktra Nayanam, Aneka Bhuta Darshanam, Aneka Divya Bharanam, Divyaneko Dyatayudam, Divya Malya Bharadharam, Divya Gandhanulepanam, Sarvascharyamayam Devam, Anantam Vishwato Mukham. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands, and many divine scents were smeared all over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, and all expanding. Text 12. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhavet Yugapad Uttita Yadi Bhasadrushi Sasya Bhasas Tasya Mahatmanaha. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. Text 13. Tatraikastam Jagat Kritsnam Prabhibhaktam Anekada Apasya Deva Devasya Sharire Pandavastada. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. And last verse of this section, text 14. Tatasa vismaya vishto rushtas roma dhananjaya pranamya shirasa devam krutanjalir abhashata. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances, and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord. So these 5 verses describe what Sanjay saw as Arjun's vision of the universal form. So we already saw how Sanjay saw this universal form just by the grace of his spiritual master, Vyasadeva, and he saw unlimited divine, wondrous and brilliant forms with unlimited mouths, eyes, ornaments, weapons and garlands. By inconceivable potency of the Lord, Arjun could see all this unlimited paraphernalia and parts of the body of the Lord sitting in one place, more radiant than hundreds and thousands of suns. So Sanjay is trying to give some analogy so that Dhritarashtra could make sense of it. So Sanjay is trying to give a mental picture of indescribable revelation to Dhritarashtra. The grace of Vyasadeva, by the grace of Vyasadeva, Sanjaya could see all that happened in Kurukshetra. And seeing everything at one place, all unlimited expansions of the universe, including the planets of gold, jewels, and all other kinds of planets, were seen by Arjun in that particular form. The word Tatra, there, it indicates Arjun and Krishna were still sitting on the chariot and seeing everything from one place. So Arjuna was not taken to any other realm by Krishna to show this form, but everybody else could not understand on the battlefield what was happening. Others on the battlefield could not see because Krishna gave the vision only to Arjun. Arjun is bewildered and astonished. Hair standing on an end, Arjun bows down and begins to pray with folded hands to Lord Krishna. Text 11.14 describes the change of the mood of Arjun, the change of rasa from friendship to wonder. This proves that Krishna is the reservoir of all the relationships, all the 12 rasas. Symptoms of wonder indicated by a calm, sober, and quiet personality like Arjun too, who was changed to ecstatic, astonished personality with hairs standing on end and offering prayers with folded hands. Yes, Prabhuji.
So if you look, there are 5 primary relationships and there are 7 secondary relationships. So anybody can tell me what are the 5 primary and what are the 7 secondary relationships? Primary, you know. Anybody knows the list of 7 secondary? You can look at 7 secondary.
Shant Dasya Shakya Vatsalya.
Yeah, that is known. Primary, secondary, path. 7 secondary relationship that sometimes temporarily cover the primary relationship.
Veer Ras, then Bibats Ras.
No, English translation bhi karta raho. Veer Ras, uska translation.
Chivalry.
Then that is with the Bhishma, yes.
Yes.
Then
need to check.
What is then with the translation? Locate with the translation.
Fear can be there. Fear, surprise.
Yeah. So what is the Sanskrit word for surprise?
I don't know.
Ashcharya. Ashcharya.
I don't. Please locate properly and read with the Sanskrit word and the translation. Just like you are saying, Vasalya, Madhurya, Anna. Similarly, give me Sanskrit word also.
Merciful.
Adbhuta.
Merciful.
Adbhuta.
Adbhuta means what?
Wonder.
Yes. So aren't we agreeing? Adbhuta rasa has covered the Sakhya rasa.
Yes.
Temporarily, Prabhupada said these rasas can sometimes cover the primary rasas. But originally, we have this 5 rasas. But Arjuna, even though he is on Sakhya Rasa, it's covered by Adbhuta. Okay, na? What he got? Okay, he got all the 12. Ready?
Sakhya means friendship, Prabhuji. Sakhya is
No, that we know. We are talking about 7. See, okay, Raudra, anger, nectar devotion, you can read examples of that also. Adbhuta, wonder. Shringara, conjugal love, that we know. Hasya, comedy. Veera, chivalry. Daya, mercy. Dasya, you know, servitorship. Sakhya, you know, fraternity. Bhayanaka, horror. Bibhatsa, shock. Shanta, you know, Vasalya, you know. So 7 secondary rasas temporarily cover the primary 5 rasas. Okay, so at this point, you can check as far as my analysis, Adbhuta, the wonder has covered Arjuna's Sakhya rasa. Therefore, he will suffocate and I request Krishna to remove. Okay, done. That's. Yes, Prabhuji, what is the assignment next time?
Yes, Prabhuji. It's there in the lesson plan. So, home assignment, explain why the Vishwarup was shown to Arjuna.
Very simple. Yeah. Okay. Good. It'll take only 5 minutes. Yes. Anything else, Prabhu? Finished?
Any other announcements that you have, Prabhuji?
I told you one announcement. April 2nd is
Yes,
Atul Krishna Prabhu coming. He yesterday wrote to me the dates. If these dates are fine with you. Actually, I had asked him to come for 2 weeks, but I said to begin with, if you're coming even for one session, it is good. We can start somewhere. Yes, that's a tentative. That's from my side. I've confirmed it. Let him send me back his confirmation. Then I will crystallize the dates exactly. What time is he landing? What time is he going? So exactly the days will be done. Okay.
Yes.
I will do that. Those who are in Mangalore are very lucky, and nearby are also lucky to come. We are going to Vrindavan and Dharmesh Rawal Prabhu ji. Vrindavan जा रहे हैं, फिर 15 दिन का छुट्टी वहां से ले लीजिए ना, 20 तारीख से.
Yes, sir. Just a moment. मैं just revert करता हूँ.
Okay. Anyway, just work out. This is 99% done. 100%. Just give me 1 or 2 days. We will be confirming. Okay. And Vrindavan Yatra, please send me as many volunteers. We want to make it very convenient, like we had done Mayapur Yatra. Okay. People are expecting we pick them up from Delhi. Tamasha, they're writing to me. You should come in a bus with us. Ek rumor fell gaya. With the bus, I'm going with them from Delhi to. So we are having devotees coming in Agra, Mathura, Delhi, so many places are practical. We are meeting at one place and we are organizing. A lot of work is going on. Anybody living near Vrindavan can help us more. We need to crystallize various things because here too many variables are there. Mayapur to chalo, everything was within ISKCON. Here too many variables. Vilas Puspate ji, क्या plan? Vrindavan आ रहे हैं?
यस प्रभु जी, अभी तो 99% तो प्लान है वृंदावन है, आपके उधर भी आएंगे फिर तो ज्यादा लीव रख देंगे.
इधर वो हमारे अतुल प्रभु है ना.
यस यस, आपने डेट अगर 2nd है तो आई विल प्लान प्रभु जी. ज्यादा अगर डिले है तो फिर अगेन आना पड़ेगा.
अरे I will give you pramana.
No प्रभु जी, you told me it's okay 100%.
नहीं देखो I've been after him. This is our Atul Krishna da. ठीक है. TTC1, that is called Teachers Training Course 1. How about April 2nd to 7? ठीक है, for TTC1. ठीक है. And I wrote, yes Prabhuji, we can start with this. Please send us details to book your tickets. So I already said I am fine with this. ठीक है. This is 20 hours ago. So I am up to date with you. So moment he send me the detail, where is he and all, then I will sync with him the timing of his landing. But this is roughly the date. अरे वृंदावन तो इंडिया आए हैं, वृंदावन आई है, and आपका वृंदावन is around 25-26. आपका घर किधर है?
मेरा घर तो गुजरात है, सूरत में है।
ठीक है, घर से होके आना या तो सीधा यहाँ आ जाओ?
नहीं, सीधा ही आएगा, नो इश्यू।
ठीक है।
एंड है मेरे पास काफी लीव है, 30-35 डेज लीव है, तो आई विल पुट, नो प्रॉब्लम, आई विल कम एवरीवेयर।
कंस्ट्रक्शन अंधाधुंध चल रहा है, इधर ही मिल जाओ आपका। आपका शिप में है ना काम?
नहीं, शिप में नहीं है, मेरा तो ऑनशोर डेजर्ट में है, ऑयल प्रोड्यूसिंग।
ठीक है। स्लम्बर्गर?
नॉट स्लम्बर, एडनॉक।
हमारे कॉलेज टाइम में वो ड्रीम जॉब था हम लोगों के लिए।
यस।
चलो, ओके, सो कीप दिस इन माइंड। सुजाता सुभाष माता जी, यू आल्सो कीप दिस इन माइंड। ठीक है। Sujata Subhash is very humble. She's from IIT, and she was very big person before, but she doesn't tell. As great people don't tell. She's very silent. ठीक है माता जी, keep in mind this. This will be. I had done this course 2 times, TTC1. So with Atul Krishnan Prabhu, don't miss an opportunity. He is really magical. And who will help us teaching how to teach? Nobody tells us. एक presentation दे देते हैं, कूदो पानी में, you swim yourself. Correct? That's what all of us did. True. So this is like he may help you to, and you know you're learning this like Pran Chaitanya Prabhu, you are doing by your intuitive nature, but it's a training. He will train you to do it better. What you're doing now, he'll train us to do it better. Right? That is his life. Everybody is enjoying now. You see how much this skill, now there is a skill in it. How to take questions, how to answer, how not to answer. Correct? How to give feedback, everything he has made into a science. Okay. And he personally will, from 5-6 days, will exhibit that what he's telling from moment he is on the stage. Otherwise, it's a very simple devotee, very simple devotee. Okay. We were very, very highly impressed with him when me and Sridhara went. We requested him that please come to Mangalore. And he said, how many people? I said, 150 teachers are there. So he said, see, I'll do 2 sessions. So he does only 20 at a time. Remember one thing, mail bhej do, I'll select. Okay? Mail bhej do, those who feel they can be practically come, send a mail to me. He will not do 21. He does only 20 at a time. He will fully get into you and see and improve your teaching, because that's what we are doing. And if we come under the blessings of various devotees of Mayapur, which is doing this course, what is called Mayapur Institute, then gradually our standards will improve. And anyway, we are in teaching line. And the level 5 also can start after this. Bhakti Vaibhava, everything can be brought into that place. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Everybody's happy.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
This Hare Krishna is for bye-bye. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.